10-minute games against a very strong opponent here, 2600. Let me comment my every move. Let me make it as instructive for you as possible, so you can apply the ideas in your own games, so you can understand the key chess principles which makes a strong chess player. So I'm playing here with white, d4, knight f3. I'm trying to be as active as possible. I'm trying to activate all of my pieces, fight for the center. Knight c3. Now there are so many different ways for black to play. Bishop b4 is a Ragozin defense, a very sharp and dynamic opponent here. I'm gonna play bishop g5, just trying to be also as active as I could. But of course it can be risky because you have to know a lot of theory here. Let's see if I can manage. I mean, the main line is d takes c and then e4. So I'm sacrificing the pawn, but I'm very active in the center. He decides to just castle for now, but yeah, it's not such a big deal. I can just defend here e3. I mean, defend the c4 pawn, and then it's rather a normal queen's gambit, but with his bishop on b4. Guess I can just take on d5 for now. And yeah, continue the development. Bishop d3, but that runs into bishop g4. Not sure. I just want to be solid here, play bishop e2, and then eventually play against this isolated pawn. Whenever he takes, I take it back with a knight. Maybe I should have played, okay, c4. Never mind. Now I just castle. Now some bishop takes f6 might be annoying. He's okay with that. I mean, bishop takes f6. You have to take with a pawn. Otherwise, you're going to lose a pawn on d5 and then the c4, so it's not playable at all. But maybe he says that, well, I'm going to take with a pawn, I'm going to have two bishops, and where is your attack? It doesn't exist, and otherwise, I'm great. What if I play e4 immediately after? Maybe even now? e4? No, I have to make sure that he takes back with a pawn, so I have to exchange first and then play e4. Because if he takes, I take with the knight. If he takes on the knight first, then my pawn on d4 is well protected. So let me try it. Because I really want to compromise his pawn structure, and then I have to attack. I have to use this fact. If I'm too passive, then he's right. He's gonna just control everything. So I want to be very active right now. Takes, but now if he takes there, I'm basically attacking two pawns here. I'm definitely gonna get one of them, and then the material is equal, but I just have a better pawn structure. The skin is still very opened. Queen might come to h5 now. He might be able to attack to start his own attack somehow, but hopefully I'm gonna deal with it. I guess at some point I want to play f3, trying to open up the f file. Okay, bishop e6. I definitely don't want to take it, of course, because that's gonna make his pawn structure much better, and unfortunately I can't play d5 because I don't have enough defenders. I may just continue the development now, for example, rook b1, or maybe queen to b3, because I actually threatening both of them. The problem is the move knight to a5. I play rook b1, yeah. I also have some weaknesses, that is definitely true. So let me play rook b1 for now, bring another piece into the game. You remember that you should always try to activate as many pieces as possible. b6, okay. Well, the rook might be active here along the 5th rank. But still, this rook is coming. Maybe I should try to play rook to b5 because it's threatening d5. And if the knight comes to a5, then the rook might be transposed to e5. Although, yeah, somehow it's dangerous, feels dangerous, but also feels very active. I might also develop the queen for now, queen h5, and see what happens. Yeah, let me do that. Because maybe it even creates some d5 ideas, like you take with the bishop, I take here, the e4 pawn is weak, and the king is horribly weak. So it has some ideas. And, well, rook b5 is still an option. Maybe he plays knight a5 now, though. If I take, still he has a very solid pawn structure. Okay, rook c8. So do I play d5 here? Because now there are some threats in there, like this rook is attacking the bishop. So maybe I just go d5. Well, he can just play knight a5 afterwards. I take here, he takes somewhere, either here or here. But in every case, the king is still horribly weak, so should be not so bad for me. And also after knight a5, I actually can just step back with the bishop, continuing my idea. But yeah, let me go for it. There was an interesting move, knight xe4 instead. Sacrificing the bishop and then playing d5, but yeah, I guess it doesn't work. So now queen takes f5 was my move. If I take here, of course, it is very bad because he protects the pawn and attacks my knight. But queen takes f5 hopefully works. I mean, in case of some attacks, I always have some checks. Otherwise, the bishop is hanging and the e4 pawn is weak. If he takes, I take it back. I don't know, knight xe4 sacrifice, threatening knight f6. Yeah, I guess it's not enough. It's too risky. But just knight takes. Yeah, knight takes. The pawn is hanging, the rooks are coming. Maybe there's this rook. Maybe even rook to b5 will come. Because, yeah, why not? Might be very, very dangerous for the opponent. If I come to d1, then knight d6 would be possible. Feels like a very active position. I mean, he may be 2600, but I really like my situation here. And also the material is just equal. Like, I'm not risking anything. It's a free attack. I just have a much safer king than he is. Let's see if he can deal with all of the threats. Right now, just the pawn is hanging, for example. Also, this rook might be coming just rook e1, rook e3, rook g3, slowly, but surely. Okay, now queen h4, defending the pawn. Can I just play knight d6? What is wrong with that? I'm attacking the pawn, I'm attacking the rook. Knight e7? Yeah, maybe that is the point, because I don't have the checks anymore. What's wrong with the move g3? I mean, I'm just attacking the queen, and I don't see a good follow-up, and the pawn is hanging there. Obviously, I would prefer to take it with a knight to be active there, but still, a pawn is a pawn. Just rook e1, I guess, wouldn't be too good because knight e7, even if I take this pawn, the endgame, I mean, the c7 pawn, the c3 pawn is so weak, and there is no attack in the endgame. I would prefer to keep the queens on the board somehow. So I have to either play knight d6 or g3. Those are two active opportunities. Which one is better? Knight d6, knight d7, queen e5, knight g6, queen d4. Oh, but rook d8. Okay, g3. If he still plays knight d7, I can take the rook. Takes, takes, takes. I have an extra exchange. He probably has some compensation, but I don't believe it's enough. Otherwise, if he goes back, then, well, a win and a pawn. That's a free pawn. So let me go for it. Also, I'm making a luft for my king, just in case. Ah, okay, now queen is 7 back. Yeah, the point is that now I can't use my rook. That's a drawback, but I can still attack. And now the knight can go to e7. I really like that. So let me just bring my rook. Activate another piece. Okay. I can just play knight d2. And how do you defend this pawn? I always have this check. I really like that. And otherwise, I want to take on e4. Queen e5, maybe. Another way is just to play rook to d1, activate another piece, threatening rook d7, potentially. But queen e6 is coming. I have check and knight d6 though with a fork. So yeah, rook d8. If I take it, rook takes, I have e4, knight takes. Well, it's so passive, there should be something. What exactly? I'm not sure. Let me try though, because my rook on b1 is not doing anything, and exchanging one pair of rooks should be favorable for me. Otherwise, knight d6 is very dangerous. I guess rook d8 is pretty much forced here. Maybe he wants to take it back with a queen, but rook takes e4 should be possible. Queen d1, just king g2. It's very good for me that g3 pawn is there. I mean that I have Luft for my king. Queen e6, but that I thought doesn't work. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wants to play rook g8 in the end of the variation. Yeah, but I feel like that should be enough, so check. King f8. What about knight d6? I mean, that's a fork, right? I'm definitely winning an exchange here. Because also I still have some checks if he tries to attack my queen, but yeah, it's not dangerous at all. Knight f... okay. Knight f3. Yeah, that is very annoying. That is something I completely missed. I was so focused on my own attacks that I have missed that he has some powerful ideas too. How do I deal with that? Rook takes e4, knight f3 check. Yeah, knight f3. f3 is very, very annoying. I guess I have to play rook e3 because I don't have any checks here. Although, yeah, now rook d8 in my... Yeah, I guess I have destroyed it. Now rook to d8. Has a knight on e5. It was so shocking for me. What do I even do? Should have stepped back with a king instead. I mean, knight f5. I don't have anything because of this check. Come on, it's so bad suddenly. Yes, and g3 was a bad move because it weakens the f3 square so much. Do I have a move here? The knight is hanging. Actually, don't see a move. I don't see a move at all. Knight can move. Anything can move. It's so devastating. Wow. I mean, what do you do here? I literally have no move. Can I play f4 maybe? I don't know. Let's try something. Takes. And now he has no knight f3. That's good. Let me then play rook to e1. Attacking here. He has f2. Yeah, he has f2. That's very powerful. I could have just played knight e8. Rook takes d1. Yeah, I don't have a good follow-up with this 3. Wow, that's an amazing stuff happening here. I was so devastated by this 95 idea that I literally don't have any follow-up. Now I have to take, otherwise I'm lost immediately. And now, yeah, maybe it's just a checkmate if I take queen d1, king f2, and rook d2. That's a checkmate. I have to go into the endgame, but the endgame is just completely lost. All of the pawns are so weak. Just no chance at all. I'm just 2 pawns down. I couldn't have saved anything, and now rook c5. Yeah, that's completely lost. Yeah, shocking stuff here. I mean, sometimes it happens, you're attacking, you are trying to win, to destroy your opponent, but you miss one thing and then it's completely lost. Let me know in the comments what I have missed here, and see you in the next videos.